guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm so excited to be doing this for you guys because I've never done a video like this on my channel, and I'm going to talk about my favorite drugstore eyeshadow shades. And all these eyeshadows you can get at your local drugstore. So they're not going to be like drugstore price, but you can only get it online, and they have to put a huge order to get free shipping. You don't want to do that. If you just want one of these shades, you can just hop in your car and go to Rite Aid and probably get it, unless it's out of stock. But anyways, let's just get into the videos. So the first eyeshadow I want to mention, you guys, it's not technically an eyeshadow, but I use it as an eyeshadow, and this is the NYC Smooth Skin BB Radiance Perfecting Powder in the shade 01 Naturally Beige. The reason I actually started using this as a transition shade was I was using this as an all-over face powder because I thought this would be my color, but it was a little too dark and I just started looking a little bit weird. So I started using it as a contour, and I was like, wow, this is actually a really lovely, natural, perfect contour. So I started using it as a transition shade for my eyes, and it's been amazing. Like, I use this shade every single day for both my contour and my eyeshadow. The next shade I want to talk to you guys about is like my holy grail shade of life. Seriously, I cannot get enough of this eyeshadow, and I don't know, I've been loving this eyeshadow since, I believe, freshman year of college. That was like, what, 4 or 5 years ago? This shade is just the perfect all-over lid shade. Just the perfect one. This is MINK by COVERGIRL. It's kind of like a tan, but depending on what eyeshadow you bring with it, it'll bring out different undertones. This eyeshadow, just go out and buy it. I swear. Like, you need this eyeshadow in your life. You will thank me once you go and purchase this one. The next is a duo. This is the L'Oreal Hip Duos. I remember when these came out and they were, like, to me, I wanted every single one. Like, I just wanted a collection. You'll see a lot of these eyeshadows are hip duos. So this one is in the duo Shady, and they're both matte eyeshadows, and this duo is perfection. This is my second one, so I actually, okay, let's first talk about it. So this color right here is it used to be my favorite transition shade, and to this day, it still is one of my favorite transition shades. It is a little bit darker and a little bit more pink undertoned than the BB Radiance. I like to go in with this color and just give it a little bit more depth, and it's just a tad bit deeper, but it makes so much of a difference. And every time I use this eyeshadow, it looks like I spent like eternity buffing out my crease and making everything just look blended. It's magic. I don't know, it's something about the shade that just makes everything just marry together and just look like blended gradient perfection. So this is the darker color. It is the perfect deep reddish brown, but it's not too red. It's just that really dark chocolate color, but it just has that little bit of warmth to it that just makes my eyes look a little bit more brown. It's that little bit of that red undertone that just brings out the more, I want to say, kind of like the amberish color in my eyes. So this one is in the duo Sassy, and I love both these eyeshadows, but I rarely ever use this teal color. This teal color is so unique. It's like a wearable teal because it's not too bright. It's a little bit deeper, but it has a little bit of a, oh gosh, like a more earthy tone to it. It's like, I want to say it's kind of like a mermaid tone, but a lot deeper. But the one I want to feature really is this taupe color. If you guys own MAC Satin Taupe, I have heard on so many different blog forums that this is a dupe for it. It's a beautiful taupe color, and it's a little bit deep. It has a little bit of that plumish undertone to it. I really like using this color in the winter fall times, not really much for the spring and summer, but such a beautiful shade. I really, really love that one. Okay, the next one is in Cheeky, and this is a cranberry kind of a shade, so I really love both these eyeshadows. So these are both shimmery eyeshadows. The darker purple I don't really use as much, I don't love as much, but it's a really nice deep plum color with a little bit of those cranberry shimmers in it, which makes it a little bit more warmth. But I really love it for this cranberry shade. This shade is just a really pretty shimmer, but when it goes on your lid, it just looks metallic. It has that beautiful sheen, such a pretty cranberry color. I don't wear this enough because it's a little bit out of my comfort zone sometimes because I like to wear neutral shades, but during the fall time, I'm really into that type of warm eyeshadow. This color is beautiful. Okay, the next one is, this one is in Reckless, and I really like it because of this purple color. And it's that color that's like that kind of magenta pinky purple, but then has that blue shimmers in it that kind of give it that extra dimension. Super pretty. I love this for all over the lid. And the great thing I love about these tip duos is that they pair really beautifully together, which they're supposed to. But anyways, really enjoy this. You can have this on your lid and this in your crease, and it's a complete look. So next is the Wet n Wild palette, and I'm sure you guys have seen this all over the internet because it's very popular, but for a good reason. I actually don't own this shade anymore because it broke. This was like this deep black with a little bit of a red shimmers to it, but the thing is that black was just way too pigmented for me. Like, I'm never going to be needing a black that pigmented, that creepily pigmented. So the ones I love the most is definitely this color. This is like a reflex color. So people say that this is like a brown with a teal or a blue undertone. I think this is definitely a teal with a red undertone, but again, that red undertone brings out the warmth of my eyes. But also when I put this in the crease, I think that extra reflex of that red kind of make it look like you spent a really long time blending out your eyeshadow even though you didn't. It's really interesting, but I really love this color. You put this all over your lid for really just, I don't know, just really like galactic look. That's what I think about it when I think about this eyeshadow. But the ones I use definitely the most are this crease color and this shade right here. This, I always thought that this was similar to MINK, and it's similar, but this is definitely has a little bit more of this copperish tone to it, and MINK is definitely a little bit more on the silvery tone, if you will. But I still love this shade. It still brings out the kind of lightness in my eyes because of that reddish undertone. So I really like those two. So these are probably, those three are definitely my favorites. Okay, so sticking on the Wet n Wild trend, my next favorite eyeshadow gotta be this one. This is Wet n Wild 251A Brulee. This color is the perfect, what is this, brow bone highlight. It's matte, it's creamy, it's not white, it's like an off-white, just a creamy color. It's beautiful, and the pigmentation on this is awesome. So the next two eyeshadows are from the same line. These are the NYC New York color, Sparkle Eye Dust. And these I have actually on my inner corner, and this is what's giving that high shine. These are incredibly pigmented. It's crazy how pigmented these are. And these are loose eyeshadows. I absolutely hate the applicator. If you guys, I'm gonna just take it right now, but okay, let's see if we can do this like really well. So what happens is when you open this applicator, it like, can you see that? Like stuff starts flying. I don't know. And then it's a doe foot applicator, like, but it's a powder eyeshadow. This makes absolutely no freaking sense to me. The shade Golden Champagne is beautiful on its own, but I kind of think it needed just to be a little bit deeper because it's just a little bit too frosty for me. And this color is, oh, I don't know what color is this because I took the sticker off apparently. This is, I want to say this is like amber or something. I will put the link, I will put the name of it. So this eyeshadow, this is by Revlon, and this is the Not Just Nudes cream eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I want to mention to you guys, when I got robbed and they took some of my cosmetics, this is one of the things they took from me, and I ran out to Walmart and repurchased it because I love this little quad of cream eyeshadows so incredibly much. So the colors in here, if Revlon just put these into a powder eyeshadow form, this probably would be one of my favorite eyeshadow quads of all time. The colors in here are just perfect. They're just everything. Okay, so first you have a cream highlight color for your brow bone, and this is really similar to Brulee by Wet n Wild, but just a cream formula. The next color you have here is your like lid shade, if you will, and this is the exact same color as MINK, but just in a cream eyeshadow formula. You cannot wear these on your own. You have to top these off with the eyeshadow, like a powder eyeshadow, otherwise they will crease on you like crazy. But if you do that, you'll be fine. These last all day long. I think they like make my eyeshadow stay on longer even. So incredibly beautiful. The next shade is your transition shade, if you will. Gosh, these 3 eyeshadows are beautiful. I rarely ever go into this one, so this is like a really warm brown, but it's has a little bit of shimmer to it. All these, this one and this one are completely matte, and then this one has that more of a metallic sheen, and this one's just kind of like shimmery. Last eyeshadow, for creams at least, this is the Hard Candy Metallic Eyeshadow. These are incredible. I don't know why more people on YouTube don't talk about these, because the formula of this is great. Well, okay, the formula as in the texture of it's great. The formula as ingredients wise is probably horrible for you, but I do really love both the texture of this eyeshadow and the color. So this is called Golden Earth 426. Okay, so this has more of a whipped moussey metallic finish. When you put this on your lid, it's pretty easy to put it on, but it dries fairly quickly, so you need to start blending it in time. Otherwise, it'll start to get a little bit like tacky a little bit. But for the most part, this is the best cream eyeshadow I've used from the drugstore. It's definitely better than this one, in my opinion, as far as pigmentation, as far as just sticking on your lids. Like, you don't need to use a primer with this. You could easily just use this all over your lid and be good to go for the rest of the day. It's super glue. It just stays there, but it doesn't lose that metallic shine. And I do actually love the fact that it's a doe foot. The color of this, kind of like a champagne neutral, but it's pink, and it has this just beautiful rosy undertone. Okay, and the last eyeshadow is, of course, a matte black. So this color is the color Riche, I believe, and this is by L'Oreal, and this is in the color Raven. It's just your typical standard black, matte black, but, you know, it's drugstore, and the pigmentation on this isn't so pigmented that I feel like it's so hard to blend out and it just ruined my whole eye look. But I just lightly dip my brush in there and I just use it to deepen up my crease, like whenever I'm going out to, like, for a night out after a day of work and I want to just play up my makeup, make it a little bit more smoky. This color is just beautiful. Oh my gosh, okay, so that is it for my favorite drugstore eyeshadows. If you're gonna take away any eyeshadow from this, just definitely has to be MINK. Like, this shade is my life. This shade, if I had to name a shade after myself, this shade would be it. Favorite eyeshadow, drugstore high-end. Favorite eyeshadow across the board of all time. Just, you have to go out and try this shade. It's so pretty. It's just so pretty. So anyways, okay, I'm done. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in my next. Bye! Mink says bye too.